So here we have got the second question. Here what we are, it is given d square y by dx square. So entire question is given over here. RHS part here it is there. The previous question it was not there. RHS part is there. So we have to consider the solution. See, solution is basically what yc plus yp here. Yp has come here because of the what RHS part. Yc is also called as complementary function and yp is nothing but the particular function or particular integral. So this is the entire solution of this particular question. Now the thing is that they have given some condition over here. So y of 0. Here you can observe the previous question, it was the function x or x is equal to what, x of t, but here it is y is equal to y of x. There is a difference between both, right? So that thing we have to consider here. So the conditions are, you can see over here, the condition is given x. So y of 0 is equal to y dash of 0, it is given as 1. So as we know that what is y dash of 0, it is nothing but the differentiation of y of 0, that's it. So first we have to find yc value, which is a complementary function. First, how to find that? We have to assume that d is equal to d by dx. Before we have also done. So d square by dx square will become what? D square, then y is sitting plus d by dx will become d, so 4dy is sitting plus 3y is there is equal to e power minus x, right? Now from this we can take y common, so it will be d square plus 4d plus 3 into y is equal to e power minus x. Okay, so from this we have to form the auxiliary equation. So auxiliary, in place of d substitute m, so it will be m square plus 4m plus 3 is equated to 0. So whatever is inside the bracket after taking y outside, we have to form like this. We have to find the roots of m such that so that we can find cf value, which is yc value. So roots can be found out using different methods. First method you can utilize here, since it is quadratic equation. Quadratic formula can be utilized, or factorization method, splitting a middle term, or even you can use the calculator directly. So 1 into 3 is what we are going with, splitting a middle term. So 1 into 3 is what, 3. So while multiplying you should get 3. While adding you should get the middle term. 3 factors are nothing but 1 and 3. 1 into 3 will give you 3 itself. No other factors are there. So we can directly go with what, 1m square plus 1m plus what, 3m plus 3 is equal to what, 0. Next two you take common. So m is outside, what is left out, m plus 1. Here also what is left out, m plus 1 should be left out. Outside it will be plus 3. Now if you see this and this are common, so m plus 1 you should take outside. So what is left out, m plus 3 is left out, which is equal to what, 0. Now these two are in multiplication factors, so m plus 1 is equal to 0 and m plus 3 is equal to what, 0. So from this we can say m value is equal to minus 1. From this we can say m value is equal to minus 3. You got two roots. Now as we have discussed before also, in order to write cf value or yc value, we have got two different roots, right? It comes under the category of real and what, distinct roots. Real and what, distinct roots. Distinct in the sense different roots. So how to write the yc value? So suppose m is equal to alpha and beta, two different roots are there. So yc value can be written as c1 e power alpha x plus c2 e power beta x. Okay. Now the thing is that here directly it is yc itself. Previous question it was not yc because there we had x is equal to x of t, function of t. Here it is directly y is equal to y of x. So you can directly write yc value as what? c1 e power alpha. Alpha value we can take minus 1 or minus 3. So I'll take minus 1. So minus x plus c2 e power beta x minus 3x. Okay, so this is the yc value we got. Now after getting yc value, we have to first consider the conditions. After getting yc value, what you have to do? We have to go for yp, which is nothing but the particular integral. This was the question. So here what you are going to do, yp, in order to find what you have to do. So yp is nothing but 1 divided by whatever is there inside the bracket function of t. Just substitute here, it will be d square plus 4d plus 3, right? Into whatever is there on the RHS side, you substitute e power minus x. Now this is which form? We have already studied whenever the RHS is in the form of k into e power ax. K is nothing but the coefficient of e power x. A is there, ax. Okay, this form is there. What is the value of a here? A is nothing but here minus 1. You can observe here minus 1. Now we have to substitute what? In that case we used to substitute d value as a. Here the a value is minus 1. So what will be the answer you will be getting? You will be getting the answer as e power minus x will remain as it is. Okay, denominator what will happen? In place of d, you have to substitute minus 1. So minus 1 square plus 4 into minus 1 plus 3. Right? So how much you are getting? Minus 1 square is plus 1 Here you are getting minus 4. Here you are getting plus 3. 1 plus 3 is what? 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. So you can say that the denominator you are getting 0. Right. So denominator part is getting 0. So as we have discussed earlier, whenever we are getting denominator 0, we have to do one more step, which is basically to differentiate. Differentiate the function of d, the denominator part. You can write it as denominator part, and multiply by x in the numerator part. Very important step. Okay. So how to do that? Let us see. So which part you are going to differentiate? This part. So yp will become equal to 1 divided by, or you can directly write e power minus x, and numerator you have to multiply x, so it will be x, divided by d square differentiation is 2d, 4d differentiation is 4, plus 3 differentiation is 0. So this is the part you are getting. Now again d has come here. You can substitute d value as a again, which is equal to minus 1. A is not changing. Be careful, A is not changing. So again what you will be getting? X into e power minus x as it is, divided by minus 1. If you multiply 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 plus 4 is what? How much? 2. So here there is no d value, directly we are getting the answer. Okay. So whenever you are getting denominator only, then only you can do this step. Okay, differentiating the denominator part, multiplying by x. If you are getting again 0, again you have to do the same step. Multiply by x, numerator it will become x square, denominator again differentiate. Okay. After getting yp value, what you have to do? We can form the equation solution y is equal to yc plus yp, or in other words we can say cf plus pi. So we already calculated the cf value, which we know, c1 e power minus x plus c2 e power minus 3x plus x into e power minus x by 2, which is nothing but yp value. Now after getting this, what you have to do? This is nothing but y, right? Y we got. Now already we have some answer. Conditions. Y of 0 was given as what? How much? 1, right? So here, instead of, see, y is nothing but what? General solution. Y is equal to y of x, right? Now y of 0 is given as what? 1. What is the meaning of this? In place of x, you substitute 0. Simple. So this equation will become y of 0 is equal to c1 e power 0 plus c2 e power 0 plus, in place of x, 0, right? So it will be 0. The entire thing will become 0 because x is there. So 0 into anything is 0. So what you are getting at last? Y of 0 is equal to c1 plus c2. But what we know, y of 0 is nothing but 1. So this equation implies c1 plus c2 is equal to 1. First equation we got. Now one more condition we had. What was that condition? Condition was basically that y dash of 0 is again 1. So y dash basically means you have to differentiate. You have to differentiate which part you are going to differentiate. This equation you are going to differentiate. Y equation. That you have to differentiate. How to differentiate? Let us see that. So y dash will become, which is nothing but dy by dx. So differentiate, it will be c1 e power minus x differentiation minus 1 into c1 e power minus x plus, now here minus 3 is there, so minus 3 c2 e power minus 3x. Then differentiation of this part, it will be 1 by 2, you can take it outside, it will be 1 by 2. Inside what it will be there, so I'll write it down. So plus 1 by 2 into x is there, see this can be split into 1 by 2 x e power minus x. So this can be written as, so this is nothing but product rule. First into differentiation of second. Differentiation of second is minus e power minus x plus second as it is into differentiation of 1, x is 1. Okay. Now this can be written as what? Y dash is equal to minus c1 e power minus x minus c3 c2 e power minus 3x plus 1 by 2. This to simplify, it will be minus x e power minus x minus plus e power minus x. This is the answer we are getting for y dash. This is not the entire answer, right? Now what you have to do here? Here we already know that y dash of 0 is equal to 1. So in place of x you are putting 0. So y dash of 0 will become minus c1 e power 0 minus 3c2 e power 0 plus 1 by 2 into 0 plus e power 0, right? So y dash of 0 will be equal to, now y dash of 0 value is nothing but what? 1. So you can directly substitute here 1 equal to minus c1, e power 0 is 1, minus 3c2 plus 1 by 2, right? So this can be further simplified as 1 by 2 you send there. So it will be 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is equal to minus c1 minus 3c2. Minus c1 minus 3c2 is equal to 1 by 2. Multiply with minus sign. So this equation will become c1 plus 3c2 is equal to minus 1 by 2. Second equation. We got two equations with the two conditions. Now we have to find C1 and C2 with these two equations. So we are going to solve the first equation and second equation. So we are having the first equation as C1 plus C2 is equal to 1. Second equation as C1 plus 3C2 is equal to minus 1 by 2. Now how to solve? We already studied that elimination method we can use. So substitution, anything is fine. But here directly elimination, because constants, coefficients of C1 and C1 are same. So directly subtract. This thing is cancelled. 1 minus 3 is minus 2c2. 1 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. So C2 value will be minus 3 by 4. So C2 you got. Now we have to get C1 value. Substitute in the first equation. It will be C1 plus C2 is equal to 1. So C1 value will be equal to 1 minus C2. So C1 is equal to 1 minus of minus 3 by 4, or you can say 1 plus 3 by 4, which is equal to 7 by 4. So C1 value also we got. Now after getting C1 and C2, you can directly substitute in the general solution, which is y is equal to, in this you can see C1 value is nothing but 7 by 4 into e power minus x, plus C2 value will be minus 3 by 4. So you can remove this plus sign. So minus 3 by 4 e power minus 3x plus, now here this there is no C1 C2 value, so x into e power minus x by 2. Okay, this is the final answer.